It would be so easy for us to get a couple of girls on the pod.
It's worse than the gulag. You're here once, bro. There's no
respawn.
respawn, bro.
And as I was listening, I realised to myself, I don't even find that interesting anymore. I've been down that road. It takes you nowhere.
I don't even want to mention names. The names that we were told is a joke, bro. Welcome to episode 3 of Let's Leak the Intel.
Season 1. You hear that? We're doing seasons now. This isn't no rolling episode podcast. We're doing seasons. Why? Because we're documenting our character development. I don't want anyone at home to be sitting there thinking, this guy looks like he's got it all figured out. Because I'm fighting demons. Hella demons. I'm in the gulag right now.
We are in the gulag.
We're all in the gulag.
With the viewers.
We're all in the gulag. We're all in the trenches. We've all got demons to fight, and I'm no different. But the difference is I want to show you that you can come from a place where you got hella demons to having them all tied up like a little pig with an apple in its mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Like a hog roast.
Yes.
Have those demons tied up, cooking them, because you eat them for breakfast. That's where we're all moving to. And you're going to watch the journey of us to do that, because we want to show you that if it's possible for us, it's possible for you.
All of you. Everyone.
So I've had a little bit of feedback from some of the people. Not everyone.
Test group, should we say?
A little test group. What's the people saying, Alf?
The people are telling us not to be us.
The people are telling us that we should be sheeps.
Clout chasing.
Goats.
Cats.
The people are telling us that we need to be goats. Like, the goat is the thing to be in 2023. The goat's dead. How many self-proclaimed greatest of all time do you know?
The goats have been rinsed.
I bet you follow 200 self-proclaimed goats on Instagram right now talking about, I'm the goat. I'm the goat of this. You're not the goat. Because everyone's a goat.
Everyone. Everyone, brother.
So Alf's come up with his own little animal that he's trying to be right now.
I don't want to be like no one else. We're here once. Who wants to be like anyone else? Any other animal on the planet? I'm a gorilla, brother. A gorilla.
What's a gorilla?
A lion, a tiger, and a gorilla, bro.
Smashed into one.
3 jungle kings. I'm on my own movement. I'm not here to follow. I'm on my own path with my own goals, my own movement.
So, essentially, we've had some feedback from some of the people, and people are telling us that we need to be controversial. We need to look at what everyone's talking about in the news. We need to be picking the latest trends that other people are setting and talk about them, as though that's the only way that this podcast can succeed and be put in front of enough people that we can make a real impact on the world.
Yeah.
What did we say to that?
Fuck that. Fuck that, bro.
Now excuse your French.
It's me, boy. I ain't changing for no one.
Nah, we're not playing into that. We talked about it at length, and we were saying that it would be so easy for us to get a couple of girls on the pod, sit them down, look them straight in the eye, ask them what their body count is.
Tear them down.
Ask them what they like to do, how many times they've been flown out.
Same shit, different day.
How many podcasts are there that are exactly like that, capitalizing off negativity?
Too many, bro. Too fucking many. Too many people doing the same shit, different day. Not got their own flow, not got their own motion, bro.
No.
We got to stay in our own movement, in our own lane.
You got to find your own lane.
100%. We're here one time. One time.
You get one roll of the dice.
It's worse than the gulag. You're here once, bro. There's
No
no respawn, bro.
No respawn.
There's no respawn, bro. We're here fucking once. Do something with it. Make your own movement. We don't want to be like every other podcaster out there.
No.
What the fuck's that about?
No.
We want to show our true selves. our true emotions, our true fucking power, our true confidence. We want to harness all our inner shit. Did you feel me?
Good days, bad days. No human on this planet is perfect. And anyone that leads you to believe that they are and they've got it all figured out is capping. I'll tell you why. I know that. Because people have come up to me and said, you look like you got it all figured out. Your life's good.
Damn.
And I promise you that every day I wake up with demons in my house.
I know that, bro.
No joke.
I know that, bro. We're always talking about the demons. But that's the point, right? We talk about making the most out of the demons within us. We talk about striving off the demons, feeding off them, bulking off the demons, bro.
Bulking off the
demons, bro.
Bulking off the demons.
And that's the movement we're on. That's what we're trying to do here, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Genuinely, seriously now. Personas put aside. We're genuinely trying to establish our own way of doing things. And for the people that think that we need to ride the coattails of everyone else, you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's weakness at its finest.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Why do you have to mention big names on podcasts to get the clout, to get the views? You should have enough confidence, harness your weapon of mass destruction in yourself, and have the fucking confidence to go on and make your own movement.
Absolutely.
We don't need to be the same, bro. We don't need to be the same as the other people that have done it before.
No.
Neither does no one else.
No.
We have our own ideas. Great things come from your own ideas.
Absolutely. I will caveat that and say that a lot of ideas are just old ideas smushed together to create new ideas.
But redeveloped.
Exactly. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about innovating the wheel. And that's really what we're trying to do. We want to change the space. It's the days of being rude to women played out. The days of shaming men for being simps played out. We're not focusing on that.
Dead.
This is the one and only time we're going to be mentioning that, because we've got better things to talk about. Somebody was explaining to me why we should put out that type of content. And as I was listening, I realized to myself, I don't even find that interesting anymore. 2019, when I was fighting a whole different set of demons, that is when I would thrive off of that negative energy. But now it's like, I've been down that road. It takes you nowhere.
There's so much information on the internet. And I think I was there with you a couple of years ago, right? If we're kicking back to summer 18, right? All the knowledge and the power out there on the internet. And we was probably digesting the shit. The bad stuff. The women getting slated, laughing, finding it entertaining, right? Bro, there's so much power out there on the internet that we can use to our advantage and share our stories and help people develop themselves personally.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
When have you ever sat down with somebody and argued with them black and blue in the face and genuinely convinced them and changed their mind?
Moment of silence, because that's a good question, bro.
Is the answer bigger than zero?
Maybe one or two.
One or two?
Maybe one or two.
Genuinely, you sat down with somebody and you've attacked them and their beliefs and the way that they think so aggressively, so negatively, so hatefully that you've genuinely convinced them that the way that you think is the right way to go.
Now that you mention it like that and elaborated, zilch. Zero.
So you see all of these podcasts
where
you've got men shouting at women for the things that they do, thinking that they're going to walk out of that room and be any different. You've got to understand that everybody's trying their best. We're so complex, and I think nowadays we get simplified too much. That thing that happened to you on your 5th birthday might be a whole reason for why your personality is partly the way that it is. And I doubt you at home even know that. You probably don't. I don't know. If you said all of the things that have affected me and made me feel, I could probably put my finger on 2-3% of everything that's happened. Remember the position, even
and that's a small percentage considering every action has a reaction.
Absolutely. The very fact that we're sitting here is due to millions of previous decisions. And for us to sit back and be like, well, you know, it was at this point that we met and then this happened and then this happened and now we're here. No, that doesn't even touch the surface of the story. So how is anyone gonna criticize the way that you think when they don't even know where you've come from? They don't know the road that you've walked. And I'm not saying any road is harder or easier than the other. I'm saying every road is unique. And that is valuable.
Yeah, I agree. Judging people on what you know about them, but you don't know about their journey and what it's took them to get to the destination they're at today.
Why label what people do like it's good or bad? Like it
gives a
matters.
fuck?
Like it matters. When this universe implodes on itself, you really think that what Stacey did on a Thursday night is going to matter? No.
No, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
No one's going to care.
No one's going to care.
You just got to go about your life.
Go about your life. Live your truth. Learn. Keyword learn.
Always be in movement, bro.
Always be in movement. Always be flowing around, learning from every single source that you can. That is one thing that you told me. You said to me, even you can learn something from the homeless man walking along the road, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, bro.
Even that person there that probably gets overlooked, you can learn something from them.
Well, you're learning what you're trying not to be, right?
Even still, you don't know you don't know why or
exactly.
how.
You don't know how they've got there.
Exactly.
How they've become homeless.
Exactly.
What they've been through, their hardships, their problems. You don't know, bro. They've had it 10 times harder than us. Look at the position they're in. And we're there trying to be ungrateful and judge them. That's crazy. That's some fucked up shit. Like, I was using that story to you just to show you and shed some gratitude on your situation, right? I was saying, like, everyone in this world has a purpose. Everyone's here for a reason. Like, that person is affected. Let's just use the homeless person, for example. He may have improved 100 other people's lives without him even knowing, right? That's the brilliance of life.
And you wouldn't even know just by looking at them. That's the crazy part. You wouldn't know. And I think too many people are like crabs in a bucket. Everybody's trying to pull each other down. Nobody's trying to build each other up anymore. And I think that's why we're all struggling as individuals. Because everybody is just trying to stand on top of each other. There's no collective unity of people wanting to be positive and uplift each other and help each other.
And talking about unity and teamwork, I feel like it's very important to speculate on that, because you can see in life who are the people who are truly working together are either living life of happiness or they are a successful group of individuals, right? You can tell that with a strong group of people.
Absolutely. We were built to be in tribes. You put a human all alone in the darkness. If they ain't battle ready, most of them aren't surviving the night. We were built to look out for each other and shepherd this land. Take care of it. We're caretakers. But we're all caretakers in our unique right. And we should all... It's not about necessarily finding your purpose. I don't believe that. Your purpose is something that you create out of yourself. The traumas that you have, the pain that you've been through, the W's you've caught.
And the L's.
You use all of that and smash it together. And you've got a completely unique shape.
It's almost like a fingerprint, right?
Absolutely. We all have unique fingerprints. So why do we try to group each other up as much as possible?
It's almost like social grooming. Like you're trying to tell someone to not be how they want to be or not move how they want to move. Oh, guys, I think you should be like this person or talk about this person. I don't even want to mention names. The names that we were told is a joke, bro. The names we were told was a joke.
The names we got told. We got told to cover a couple of different individuals.
Highly successful individuals.
Highly successful.
We ain't going to do that.
No, I'm not until we get a guest on here. There's not another name that's being dropped because we're not trying to focus on anyone else's path.
No, we want to go off our path, our movement, our backs. Build from the ground up. Why not? When you build from the ground up, your building's going to be real strong, bro. Lay your own foundations. Lay your own steelworks. You know about the building game.
Yeah.
You know how the game goes.
Yeah.
I want a fucking building that's going to survive a 9.5 magnitude fucking earthquake. I don't want to be fucked and left to crumble because I'm jumping off the back of some other guy that's gone and done it. Why am I going to jump off the back of his hard work? That's insanity. That would drive me mad for the rest of my life, knowing that I had to jump on the back of someone else. At least if I know that I've done it myself, I'm going to be really proud in myself, bro. For real.
Because that's something to be proud of. But if we got big by shelling hate on different groups of people or trying to cling on to somebody else, then what's that going to do for anyone? Just regurgitate a load of the same information that's already out there.
And put a lot of negative energy out there. Affect a lot of people. Why not use something like a podcast that can be showed to the millions, the masses, the billions, and use it for a good reason?
Absolutely.
Shred some good light on situations. Talk about development, improvements. That's what's real. Not like what you said, going back to the topic of getting some girls on here, chatting to them about what they're doing. Bro, why are you even worrying about what the girls are doing? Go do your own shit.
And girls, why are you worrying about what the homies are doing?
There we go. They carry on doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
This is why we're shredding the light, our own light.
So, ego.
Yeah.
We all want to be recognized. We all want to be valued within this world. We all want to leave a mark. We all want to go down in the history books.
Yep. I 100% agree.
But don't always think on such a huge scale. You got to start small and then work your way up.
And I was briefly touching on this today with you, right? About building up. When we was talking about a financial matter earlier. And I was saying, bro, stop focusing on the big goal. Focus on the little steps because that's what's going to have the most impact. Don't worry about the million pounds, the million views. Focus on 1,000, then the 10, then the 20, right? Because with that, you're going to learn a whole lot of shit as well. If you focus on the million, you're focusing on failure because you're not going to get the million overnight. And this is what I was trying to explain.
No, I completely agree. And I think to add to that, it's all about changing our focal point. For me, I tend to be very goal driven. But if you're focused on learning from every single outlet that you possibly can, then you kind of fall in love with the process. And you don't worry about where you're going or how you're going to get there. Yeah, it's important to plan. It's important to be intentional with the moves that you make. I'm not saying to just be disorganized and bumble around, but when you're out, speak to as many people as possible. I think that's something that people don't
Fall
do
in love
anymore.
with the motion.
Exactly.
Don't be a motionless person.
There's energy out there. There's so many different energies out there. When was the last time you were walking in the shop and you just stopped someone and said hello? And I'm not talking about somebody that you were romantically interested in. When was the last time that you were checking out with your shopping at the supermarket and you genuinely had a chat with the cashier and found out what's going on in their world? Because you could have that conversation and it could give you the best idea you've ever had. You could listen to someone's problem that they're having and think, oh my days, I've been sitting on the perfect solution. And it was that easy because you're putting yourself out there. And I think, put yourself out there. Yeah, there's certain codes of conducts that as human beings, we're most receptive to.
Yeah.
Tried and tested. And I'm not saying stray away from that, go up to people and blow raspberries in their face.
Yeah.
There's a way of being, but don't be afraid to rock the boat a little bit.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to start your own movement.
If you're sitting at home thinking, actually, now that he mentions it, I think it's completely acceptable to blow a raspberry in someone's face. Do you? Try it once, see what happens. When you get blammed in the forehead,
you're going to be knocked the fuck out.
Go home. Put that ice pack on your head and think, yeah, I tried it. It didn't work.
Think about why you've been made motionless.
Alf don't get it. Alf don't get it. But anyway, so to wrap that one up nicely, I think we're not trying to be anyone that we're not. And we're not trying to cling on to people that have nothing to do with us. Our world is our world.
Yeah.
Their world is theirs. And we're going to create our own thing as individuals and as a collective and show you that you can come into something, put a rocket together, scrap metal, and before you know it, you'll be in Pluto.
Space, bro. I totally agree, and I think that's a great analogy you've used there in regards to the spaceship, because we're trying to fly to the moon, right? That's where we're trying to be. But I think even down to the title of the podcast, right? Let's leak the intel. Let's not get it messed up. We're trying to leak the intel from our life and shred the light on our life, because we're just as normal as everyone else, but just in our own movement. So we have our own DNA.
Now that you mention normal, I never understand why and how people idolize over anyone. I really don't. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe that's because throughout certain periods of my life, I've bumped into 1-2 people from the television and realized you're not how you come across on TV. Or maybe that's because certain personas you can see through. I've not always been able to do that. In fact, at one point, I was terrible at it.
Okay.
But I think social media has made it very easy to get manipulated by snapshots of people's lives when everything's looking all good. You'd never take a photo of you clearing out the fridge. Your mum might. She might post that onto the Facebook, but us lot, we know that nobody's going to care about that. That's not going to get the likes. That's not going to get the views. But I guarantee you, your favorite influencer's cleaning out the fridge, and if they're not, they need to.
We all piss and shit, bro. We all go to the toilet. If you don't, go see a doctor. You've got some serious issues.
Dead ass. And I think that's the point, is like, why separate somebody on the television from yourself? It really, really bothers me that people do that. When they're like, oh my God, it's so-and-so, oh my God, it's this, blah. It's like, if everyone just realized that people are people, we all die. When we're in the ground, dirt all over us. Nobody's going to tell the difference.
Yeah, it gets that deep. It really does,
You
bro.
dig up Tutu Man from 5,000 years ago. You're telling me you'd know if it was one of the most famous people to walk the earth at that time? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have a clue. skull, and some bones.
It's how we all go. It's how it all ends for all of us.
And that's a beautiful thing.
I think it's one thing though, like you can appreciate someone's art and their work because life is work, right? We make this whole like portfolio of life essentially, going through our life troubles and our struggles and what we've achieved. So I think it's okay for people to have fans. Should we call them fans essentially? Or followers?
I don't like those two words. They're not in my vocabulary. If you're not inspired by somebody's journey to overcome the struggles in your journey, and it's something different, some parasocial love you have for them,
an obsession almost,
I would say you're gonna run into problems. From my opinion,
reason being,
because when you look at somebody like that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're genuinely doing yourself a disservice because you're putting them on a pedestal. This is what a lot of people do nowadays. And I say people, they pedestalize people with wealth. They pedestalize people with beauty, the halo effect. These are all things that if people were just a little bit more self-aware of, thought a little bit more highly of themselves, they would be like, that person on the TV is no different from me. And when you hear some of their stories, you really realize they've been going in the gulag too. 10 times.
They've been there, bro.
In the gulag, out the gulag, back in the gulag. They've been in it.
Sometimes worse.
Way worse.
Than the everyday individual.
Way worse. So, for me...
Do you not think that comes with the self-movement thing, though? Do you not think that? Like what we're saying? Like these people of a hierarchy as such that people look up to and idolize, like they've just been making so much movement that they've got to a position of power. But I think the way you have to look at it is that anyone can do it. Genuinely. You don't have to be no one special.
But in your own way. And I think that's what I'm saying. Is that you might not necessarily know where you're trying to go right now. You might not necessarily end up with tens of thousands of people screaming your name or listening to every word that you say. But I guarantee that if you walk out the front door with a bit of a pep in your step, your chest pumped, your chin held high, and you speak your truth to people in a respectful manner, no arguing, no yelling. This is my experience. This is what I've learned from my journey. You're going to get people who say, actually, I've noticed that too. I feel that too. And that's when you can come together and either appreciate the things that you've experienced because of how they've developed you, or you can solve the issues together.
Yeah.
Like anything that human beings have done great on this planet, even the scientists which have come up with the most complex theoretical theorems, produced insane mathematical equations, even those individuals would have done it using the ideas of somebody that's walked the planet before you. It all builds up. I don't think humanity know where we're building, what direction. We just like to build.
We're just going with the flow and building up this massive ball of energy and structuring this world in a way that we probably couldn't even imagine what it's going to be like in 100 years. It's actually crazy to even think.
And I think a lot of people get scared by that. But that's what tends to happen. Sheep see something that is foreign to them and they run. But if you look into the future like an absolute gorilla, I don't understand what there is to be scared of. And I think most importantly, this one is for me now. When I say this, I'm saying this to myself.
Preach it. I want to hear it with chest, bro.
Don't take life too seriously. That is the biggest key. That is the biggest key. And I'm not saying that there's not stakes in this game. I'm not saying that life is a big joke. But what I'm saying is that the things that are happening to you, if you can learn to actually find them quite hilarious, like that thing that happened that most people would be like, that's a bit shit, or that would hurt me personally, I wouldn't have that. If you're able to just laugh authentically,
Laugh it off.
I don't see how you're losing. I don't.
Bro, you can't lose if you have that mindset. This is what I was telling you the other day. Like, all the biggest L's in my life and now probably the greatest W's that I've ever witnessed. That's just how it is. The W's that you think are W's, they just seem great because there was no loss within them. But the real losses are the big W's. I'm grateful for it. I truly am. I do laugh about it sometimes, some of the L's and the shit. Why not? Every human has their L's. If you can see the humorous side of it, then you are winning.
Don't get mad at people for the decisions that they make because you don't understand why they're making them. Period. They're complex. You're complex. Don't walk around. I know there's this whole NPC movement right now. People are saying, oh, that person's an NPC.
Yeah, elaborate on NPC just in case people don't know what that means.
A non-role playing character. Somebody that's just here. For no reason.
Which is gas.
Everybody's here for a reason. And at the same time, everybody's here for no reason at all. And that duality right there, when you understand that, I really feel like you can really start to get somewhere in life.
My mind is blown from what you just said there.
For real.
Bro, such a simple but complex sentence, right? Just, can you repeat it for me one more time?
I'm not going to cap. I don't remember what I just said.
Leaked! That's all I've got to say. Leaked! It's been leaked,
I can't
bro.
go back. I'm in motion. I can't go back.
Bro, don't go back. You've been honest with yourself, right? But what you just said was intel leaked, bro. It was leaked. So everyone's here for a reason, or no one's here for a reason at all, is what you just said.
Damn straight.
That is some real shit, bro. It's like, so why give a fuck? Go do what you're going to do. If you've got a movement in your head you want to start, a business, a relationship, whatever it is, just go and get it. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is a no, and you'll try again, and you'll forget it ever happened. And in the end, if you keep trying on your own movement, you will be happy within yourself. No one else, then you ain't dependent on no one else.
Absolutely.
And you ain't dependent on your happiness is not dependent on anything that's out of your control.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And I think that's why when we got told the feedback and we were standing in the kitchen and I just started laughing at you, bro. I was in hysterics.
And you know what? To be quite honest with you guys, initially it touched me. And
You had second thoughts.
I did.
I saw it in you.
I did.
I had to give you that laugh.
I did. And the second he started laughing at it, the second I was
you
like...
You knew it was game time.
Hang on a second. I just got lost in the game.
And what produced that negative feedback? Episode 3, bro. And we're here. We're talking about it. It went from this thing of like, so from gaining feedback and doing some market research with our test audience, they've said we should do this, we should do that, we should get girls on, we should talk about high-end celebrities that have absolutely shut down the internet. We don't need to do none of them things.
No.
We're tigerillas in a fucking concrete jungle. We ain't got to do them things, bro. Be on your own path. your own destiny, because like I say, you can't fight fate. So what's going to be is going to be. Just roll with the flow, stay in motion, and keep getting it.
Roll with the punches. And on that note, the intel's been leaked. Take what you will from it. And we'll see you in episode 4.
Let's leak the intel. Episode 3. Done.